Hey guys, welcome to Black Angus Reviews. I am here on Critique Cinema. It's a French site, I think. And they got an early reaction, non-spoiler review for Captain Marvel. And I gotta say, we called it. If you read right here, a monolithic heroine whose feminist struggle seems to be the only reason to exist. The result, without emotion, is closer to the nonsense of a shortcut in time, thank the mean wrinkle, than a traditional Avenger. The argument: as a galactic war between two races of aliens reaches Earth, Carol Danvers finds herself rushed into the heart of the battle. Aided by a few allies, the young woman will become one of the most powerful superheroes in the universe. And they go on to have this big blurb about their opinion. Introduction of a new heroine in the film. In Marvel 2019, it is the unknown Captain Marvel to open the ball of the beginners with the promise of bastions, intergalactic flights, extraterrestrial confrontations, and even a buddy movie with Samuel Jackson amid claims feminists to mark a little more Hollywood in the Me Too era. Again, this is French, so it translates a little oddly. 2 years after Wonder Woman, which has surpassed 400 million at the U.S. box office, there's no doubt that the spectators' commitment to the exploits of a heroine in an action movie at Marvel, the public's commitment to Black Widow's services is far from being reduced to Scarlett Johansson's appealing physique, since it is the Avengers' personality and supposed to be her relationship with the band that Johansson that have seduced the crowds since her first appearance. In the case of Gal Gadot and Wonder Woman, we could talk about ardor, generosity, and a warm personality that made each of her iconic appearances in Pat Jenkins' film. Oh, she is triggered right now. Brie Larson, an actress from the very good independent cinema States of Grace, who has already been in the blockbuster with Kong Skull Island, unfortunately does not have such an open vision of her character. Inward-looking, her role as an amnesic heroine is in a systematic mistrust and distrust in a world of men, or she will quickly make it clear to these gentlemen that she does not need a guide. Of course, her replicas are all brittle jokes, always oriented in the same direction with a cold content and an android monolithism that would put Scarlett Johansson and Ghost in the, in the shell, a paragon of life. Wearing an outfit that must impose on memories, Brie Larson cannot print the slightest pose of icon, not even trying to seduce, since the game of seduction is sexiest and therefore off topic in the movie. When she starts to fly for the first time, instead of savoring the moment, we remember the great aerial flights, always magical, although today totally out of date on a technical level. The first Superman, where Christopher Reeve wrote his character in the legend. Brie Larson and her powers, on the contrary, well, it is Carl Manvers, so his is appropriate in this instance, but leave us totally cold. Symbolically formed to superheroism, the time of a film to join the troop of Avengers in the final chapter entitled Endgame, Brie Larson's character is trapped by the stakes of societal transition that first marked the Hollywood industry. Since that is where the original scandal, where the Weinstein affair began. Also, Captain Marvel finds himself poorly phagocyted and the intentions of claim. Everything is written to signify the need for emancipation of women in a patriarchal world. Okay. His affirmation of the girl power is therefore trowel when, a year ago, the relevant Black Panther worked in the same context for ethnic minorities in the cinema, with a much more obvious success, appropriating history with a great H to flesh out, to flesh out a fairly traditional Marvel script, but which in the end became political and psychologically tumultuous. In the interrogations of antagonistic protagonists who were already fighting with their conscience to know what strategy to adopt on this earth of injustice. Wanted as a prequel in a complex universe of superheroes in shambles, Captain Marvel brings to life the character of Nick Fury, head of S.H.I.E.L.D., played by Samuel Jackson. The actor is rejuvenated by computer-generated images. The idea itself is neither bad nor badly done, since the special effects, always solid, allow rather satisfactorily smoothing of the face. But to capture the tune of time, to hear songs of the 90s succeed, mainly women of the time, Justine, Courtney Love, some other crap, and it's tubed Honey You Gotta Be, and a whole lot of grunge pieces that have marked the charts of the planet. What stands out above all is the poverty of writing and realization, which can never be self-sufficient. Besides, cannot we expect to find on the soundtrack the Spice Girls, teenage muses who preached the girl power to complete the concept? Disney did not dare, but yet the level of this blockbuster is little better than the woodcock repertoire of the Young English band. She's shocked right now at this. How can you say this about my feminist work of art, my activism? In fact, what is most disturbing in Captain Marvel is finally his inability, I love the his in this, to transcribe an adult reality to evoke exciting themes, forgetfulness of his roots, the abandonment of the orphan in a hostile world, where the man is the predator. The last part of the film, in which a young girl and her mother go on a hurry, suddenly refers to the worst shortcomings of, I think they mean a recall in time again, namely the patent ugliness of tasteless characters. The role of Maria Rambeau, the aunt, is poorly played. Appearances of Annette Bening worthy of Michelle Pfeiffer in Ant-Man 2. If until Captain Marvel had never been bad, but at worst blanded and noxious, the end. She turns into the sitcom, with the remaining cast being at the table to share a meal of communion and fraternity, and an unbearing softness of Marvel Studios, and a mismatch blurring the past of the House Disney, who has always been a great darkness in the old classics since Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. In short, after this relative disappointment, we are especially eager to regain the petulance of Wonder Woman and the legitimacy of Black Panther, which, beyond the public success they have won, have already become icons in their own right. Damn. Wow, I love the French now. Really love these guys. Sticking it to Captain Marvel and not kowtowing to the House of Mouse. This is great. Good golly, Miss Molly. This is exciting. I cannot wait to see the week 1 to week 2 drop-off. Cannot wait to see the China drop-off. And look at that. It got a 1 out of 4 stars from this website. So you know it's going to be bad. The French have no stake in this film, so I feel we can trust their insight and their, how would you put it, lack of stake in this. So there you go. There's an early reaction to old Captain Marvel, Catpan Marvel. No wonder Goose and Ben Mendelsohn are so highly touted from the press, because they're covering for Carl. That's all I got for you. Look forward to a funny cat-based video, and I'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And check out my ever-growing list of friends in the Fandom Collective. Want to follow me on Twitter and wreck some SJWs? Cool. It's @AngusReviews. Let's chat.